denver7news.com. Well, right now on Denver 7 News at 8 o'clock on Local 3, the Blake Street Bombers are back today. It's opening day in Colorado, and we've got team coverage ahead of the first game for a revamped and recharged Rockies.
I think we have pitching, hitting, we've got a bullpen, so it should be pretty fun to watch us this year.
And you can see our team is spread out across downtown to get you ready for the game. We're going to check in with Brian Sanders, Colette Bordelon, and Veronica Costa in a moment. But first, let's start with meteorologist Lisa Hidalgo and traffic expert Jason Luber in the studio. Jason will have a look at the road closures coming up. But Lisa, gorgeous day for baseball.
I'm everybody's favorite. Player today, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly.
We've got great weather. I know it was so windy this week that it was really nice that everything finally calmed down. Right now you're looking at temps that are, well, close to freezing. It's chilly out there at this moment, but we'll be at about 62 degrees by the start of the game, 67 by the end of it. Sunny skies, calmer winds. Wind speeds have been at about 5 to maybe 10 miles per hour, just a touch breezier on the far eastern plains. But our wind event from this week is now officially over. It is going to, unfortunately, I'll show you, pick up a bit tomorrow, but today we're hitting highs in the 60s. Great patio weather if your kids are heading off to school this morning. Make sure they've got a sweatshirt on. It's going to be chilly early on, but then they're getting off the bus this afternoon to some low to mid 60s. Take a look at the alerts. Now here along the entire Front Range, those are going to be fire weather watches that go into effect tomorrow. So it is going to get a little breezy, but it will be warmer on Saturday. We'll talk more about our next cold front, when it's going to bring some rain and snow to the area. All of that coming up on the Super 7 Day in just a few minutes.
And getting in around Coors Field right now is no problem. It's actually wide open along any of the roads and around Coors Field, including Park Avenue West. You will see that construction be lifted so you can get to Coors Field later on this morning and this afternoon. Take a look from 20th Street looking down that way. This is one of the ways to get by Coors Field. There's Coors Field right there on the south side, so that will remain open. As you look at the map, it's just going to be Blake Street that'll be closed down right in front of Coors Field from 22nd to 20th later this morning. But right now it's a pretty decent ride across downtown. Did have a crash on I-70 right by the lowered section and still about 20 minutes there. We will have some road work on Wadsworth, not only slowing it down there, but also some pothole repair that will be starting at 9 o'clock this morning, and it will run most of the day all the way down to 35th from I-70. The rest of the drive looks pretty standard for us. Few problems here and there, including a new problem at Dartmouth and Kipling out to the west side of town.
Let's get back out to Brian now. He's continuing our team coverage of opening day from Coors Field. Brian, right now it looks like you got the place to yourself, but not for long.
Well, you know, there's been some maintenance crews coming through, cleaning the concourse area, cleaning the seating area, but I don't know what they're cleaning. I've never seen a stadium in more immaculate shape than Coors Field is right now to open baseball season. It looks awesome. There's also festivities in the ballpark neighborhood around the stadium. McGregor Square actually kicks things off at 11 o'clock this morning. They're going to have some drink specials. You can watch the game even if you don't have a ticket on their 66-foot big screen in the plaza. The Dairy Block is going to have some live music along with some drink specials. If you are lucky enough to have a ticket to the game, the gates open at noon, and the pregame ceremony starts at 1:30. A lot of entertainment to explore around the ballpark before the game. You can watch batting practice, of course, maybe get an autograph from one of the new players on the team this year. You can even try out your pitching arm or test the batting cages out in the outfield as part of the fan experience. When the ceremonies get started, though, you'll want to find your seat. There will be a flyover from the Colorado National Guard after the national anthem.
From the Air Force Academy, we have Stellar Brass. They're coming with a band and a soloist, so both vocal and then some instruments. So they'll give that right patriotic flair, the right sound. And then we also have a flyover scheduled with our friends over at Buckley Space Force Base.
Yeah, you know, of course, it's not just about the fan experience. It's also baseball season and the first game of 162. A lot of new faces on the Rockies, including franchise, the face of the franchise, Chris Bryant and Jose Iglesias, who will replace Trevor Story. And I had a chance to talk to Denver 7's Troy Rink about the expectations for the Rockies this year.
The biggest problem they have is the fact that they're in a division that's loaded with the Dodgers, who are, their projections are 100 wins. The Padres are around 85 wins. The Giants are around 85 wins. I mean, it's the division that's going to give them problems. If they can stay competitive in the NL West, and that starts today against the Dodgers, they'd have a chance for a winning record. I think that's high end. Most projections have them at 69 to 70 wins. So maybe they can get hot. They're going to hit more. They're going to have more power. So they should be a better watch. But can they be consistent on the road? Typically, when they have more power at home, it suffers on the road. But for me, high end would be 81 wins, and somewhere realistically, they're probably around a 73 to 74 win team. But that's for later. Reality can clobber them in the head. Brian, today is about Up with Purple. It's about celebrating baseball and the return of it to Lodo. It will be a magical day, as it is every home opener down in Denver.
Yes, and don't forget, the Rockies beat the Dodgers on opening day last year, so maybe they can do the same again this year. It is a big day for downtown, and we want to send it out to Denver 7's Colette Bordelon to talk about some of the increased safety measures around downtown.
That's right, there's going to be a lot of people out and about today, and with all of those people, some police will be out and about as well. And their biggest concern is making sure fans get to and from the game safely. So if you are going to be drinking today, that means no driving. Instead, take a bus, maybe walk because it's so nice out, or even ride your bike. But that also means drivers need to be on their A game today, watching out for all the pedestrians or cyclists who are sharing the roads. Police say they'll also have officers stretching from Union Station to Coors Field. Most of them will be closer to the ballpark. Of course, if anyone notices anything suspicious, police want you to tell them as quickly as possible.
If there's something just doesn't look right to you, whether it's an individual, a person, or just a suspicious package or something, please bring it to their attention right away.
And right now I'm here at the intersection of 21st and Blake. Right here, police are going to be setting up a community table where you can come and ask any questions you might have, even just something like, how do I get here? What are the directions from point A to point B? The Denver Police Department will be here to help you out. Live this morning, Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
All right, thank you, Colette. Yeah, be safe if you're headed down this way later today. Wear your purple. Again, the festivities get started around 11 o'clock with the gates opening here at Coors Field at noon. Jessica, will send it back to you in the studio.
Brian, thank you. Yeah, a couple tips for those who are heading out to the game today, even all season long. Make sure to get to Coors Field at least an hour early to give yourself enough time to get through security. Tickets are digital this year, so make sure that you have access to the MLB Ballpark app before you arrive. Plus, you're not allowed to bring backpacks or other multi-pocketed bags. And if you're looking to buy food or merch, Coors Field is cashless. You can use your credit cards, though, or Apple Pay. We have these tips and a full opening day schedule right now on the denverchannel.com and the Denver 7 mobile app. Also this morning, one of the companies that lost the bid to clean up debris from the Marshall fire is now suing Boulder County. Florida-based Cirrus Environmental Services says the company that was selected is unqualified. They want that contract thrown out. Boulder County's moving forward despite the suit. The DU Pioneers are heading to the Men's Hockey National Championship. The Pios beat Michigan in overtime last night, 3-2. They play Minnesota State on Saturday for a chance to win a national title. The DU Pioneers are heading to the Men's Hockey National Championship. The Pios beat Michigan in overtime last night, 3-2. They play Minnesota State on Saturday for a chance to win a national title. Congrats this morning to the Denver Nuggets. They're heading to the playoffs after last night's home win against the Grizzlies. The Joker had an explosive performance, 35 points and 16 boards with 6 assists. He got a standing ovation and became the first player in NBA history with 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists in a season. Still ahead this morning, baseball season's back in full swing, and so are new opens for the ballpark district. What local businesses are hopeful for ahead of the start of the season. Plus, you're going to want to be on the lookout for one hot piece of Rockies gear. The hard work that went into ensuring the new fan favorite item won't be in short supply.